shit go crazy.
What's going on, my good folks? It's your man, your guy, your boy. 1127 Kicks. I hope everybody out there is having a great day, an amazing day, and overall blessed day. Say, man, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the page. We on the road to 2K. And if you're already with the movement, bro, it is greatly appreciated, man. Hit that like button, share this video, and let's go ahead and keep this page growing. So by the thumbnail, what y'all see, man, I bet y'all like, man, what bro talking about? You feel what I'm saying? So check this out. Earlier today, I was watching Undisputed, and I caught Killer Mike on there, and he was telling, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpie, like, tell Drew Brees to watch the Jane Elliott Brown Eye, Blue Eye study. So I was just like, you know what? Killer Mike, very credible, man. Let me just go ahead and check out what he was talking about. So I actually watched the Jane Elliott study, the Blue Eye, Brown Eye study and stuff like that. And it was so dope because, basically what it is, man, is she pretty much took people with blue eyes and segregated them from people with brown eyes. And basically the people with blue eyes, they was facing the discrimination that people with brown eyes face as far as, racism and stuff like that. And it was crazy because, of course, predominantly blue-eyed people are white. You feel what I'm saying? Brown-eyed people, for the most part, is your Latinos, black people, and things of that nature. So, it was very dope for that to actually see that, because it just gave, the students, the white students, blue-eyed students, a taste of, what people of color go through every single day. You feel what I'm saying? So then I was just sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, it's crazy because that's something that kind of happened while I was in boot camp. And in my opinion, I feel like that it did happen while I was in boot camp. Of course, while I was in boot camp and stuff like that, they didn't say, hey, if you blue eyes, go over here. If you brown eyes, over here. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about your color, none of that at all. To them, you're just a recruit, and you don't even have a name. You're either guy or female. That's it. Or whatever name they want to call you. So while I was in boot camp, it was my guy, man. My guy, Joe Kulik. One of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life. Now, he's mixed. He's white and he's Russian, but when you look at him, he looks like a white male or whatever. So while we was in boot camp and stuff like that, I had got real cool with him, like Trump tight. Like this was my dog. You feel what I'm saying? And he's still a friend now. And I went to boot camp in 2014, so that just lets you know how solid of a guy he is as far as my life goes and everything. You dig what I'm saying? So while we was going through boot camp and stuff like that, of course, you know what I'm saying, your RDCs, which are your trainers, they scream at you, they yell at you, and everything like that. The crazy part about everything was that the black people, or people of color, Latino, Asian, and stuff like that, it really didn't affect us. Where they were screaming at us, cussing at us and stuff like that, if they made us drop and do push-ups and stuff like that, we killing it. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point like we laugh at the little insults and stuff like that or whatever, because they were funny and everything like that. But we just, you know what I'm saying, we knocking it out. You dig what I'm saying? But the people of, basically the white people in the division, they had a tougher time of being screamed at. You know what I'm saying? Being cussed out and having to do things that they didn't want to do, or getting in trouble because somebody else did something, and they really had a hard time understanding it and stuff like that. So I remember my guy Joe Kulik, me and two of the homies, we was chopping it up and laughing about it, all the stuff that was going on, just making jokes or whatever. So my guy Joe put me to the side, and he was like, man, you're just so strong, bro. Like, I don't know how you're able to do this and stuff like that. This is so tough for me. And I just looked at him, bro. I was like, man, this is light work to what I face on an everyday basis. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is cake. This is sweet. So he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, black people, people of color, we face a lot of crazy stuff just on a daily basis, period. So this right here, this is sweet. You know what I'm saying? All right, I do these little push-ups. You gonna cuss me out, whatever. You feel me? That's something that just happens growing up while you're African American or just a person of color. So that had gave him a little insight and stuff like that. So he really just started to pay attention to like how people of color was taking things that our RDCs was doing, and how the Caucasian people was taking things and stuff like that. And I remember he had came up to me one day, and this is how I know that people could actually change, bro. And it's not so far fetched. It was because he came up to me one day, and he was like, can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, what's happening? So mind you, my boy Joe, like 5'5". That's just being generous. You feel what I'm saying? And he's reaching up to me, and I'm 6'3". He reaches up to me, right? Now he's reaching. It looked like he's about to reach towards my face. Now I'm 18. I'm fresh out the projects. All I know is he reaching towards my face. So in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna knock his ass out if he tries something, right? But he puts his hands on my shoulder, and he was like, man, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, what you sorry about, bro? He was like, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. And I'm like, yo, Joe, like, what's going on, bro? What you sorry about? Like, what's going on? You feel me? So he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, for what? He was like, I'm so sorry for the stuff that African Americans have to go through every single day. He said, because this is killing me, and I see like this is not affecting you and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, it's cool, bro. It's life, man. Hopefully things change. I was trying to move on. And then he was like, nah, man, I really want to talk to you. And I'm like, what's up? He was like, he said, I'm really mad at my parents right now. So I'm thinking like he got a bad letter or whatever. And I'm like, all right, so what happened with your parents, bro? And he was like, he said, I just want to let you know that you're my first black friend, and being in basic training has been my first time that I have ever been around black people. And I'm like, all right, I appreciate that. I'm your black friend. Cool. And he was like, nah. He was like, I grew up on the farm in Pennsylvania, and he was like, I was never around black people at all. And my parents, pretty much told me, he was like, my parents are racist. They hate black people. They told me that they're criminals and that they're evil, that they steal, and all these other things that the stereotypes that people place on black people, right? So I'm just like, okay, this is kind of awkward. I'm getting a little mad or whatever, but all right, I'm listening to him talk. Like, he was just really sorry that, he soaked that information in, and he really just, looked at black people the way his parents had actually looked at black people. And he was just like, just getting to know you and talking to you and stuff like that, and talking to all the other guys in the division. He was like, black people, y'all not like that. You guys aren't, criminals. You guys aren't thieves and stuff like that. And he was just like really apologetic and really sorry. And I was just like, I was like, bro, you didn't know, what I'm saying? You was never around black people. And honestly, everything starts within the household, bro. You feel me? So whatever your parents teach you, whether it's right or it's wrong, you take it to heart, because it's your parents. They're the ones that's supposed to raise you and lead you to success and stuff like that. But he was just like, nah, man, this is not right. And he was like, I'm just so mad at them because, once again, like I said, you guys are not animals and all the other stuff like that. And he was just like, I would never think, negatively about a black person ever again. This has completely changed my experience. Not even my experience, it's changed my thought process, because, like I said, basic training was his first experience around black people. You feel what I'm saying? So after that, man, ever since then, bro, like, you know, it's pretty much that ever since then, like, you could definitely see the change in him after that, you feel me? And like, that was something that was super dope to see, you feel me? Especially with me being 18 at the time, and I actually was able to see somebody or just hear about, what he originally thought about black people. And I didn't even know it because he never expressed any racism towards me, but what he thought about black people and stuff like that, and then what he actually learned from actually being around us, and actually befriending a lot of us and stuff like that. Everybody in the division loved smooth old Joe. You dig what I'm saying? Joe Cool, that's what I called him. You dig? So that was something that was really dope right there, man. And like I said, like, people can't change. I know right now in the world it's like super tough to see and things of that nature, but once again, for anybody that's watching this or who has been, you know, upset about the George Floyd situation, like I have been, and other situations in life, and you know, you kind of feel like, man, it ain't gonna be no change and stuff out here, man. People always change, bro. You know, it's a process. It takes a while, but it can happen. You feel what I'm saying? Because honestly, that's the world we all need to live in, where, you know, yes, I see a black person. Yes, I know that you're white and stuff like that, but I'm not going to judge you off your skin color. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and say, well, when I look at you, I don't see a white person. Yes, I do. I clearly see that you're white. I clearly see that you're Latino. I clearly see that you're black. But at the same time, I know you're a person. I'm not going to judge you off your skin color. You feel what I'm saying? So that was my little kitchen talk right there, man. Shout out to my boy Joe Coolig, man. Like I said, one of my coolest friends, dopest friends I've ever had, bro. Straight up, man. And I'm just blessed and happy to, you know, have God had put me in a position at 18 years old, you know what I'm saying, and put me in a position where me not knowingly, I changed somebody's perspective on my people. You feel what I'm saying? And granted, he was misguided. He never been around any and stuff like that. But from what he was taught from his parents, that just was his train of thought until he actually got around an African American person. And then, like I said, there was a lot of African Americans in my boot camp group. So when he's seeing how black people are and stuff like that, it just changed him. You feel what I'm saying? Changed his thought process and everything like that. So that was definitely dope right there, man. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all watched the video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this. And once again, man, keep y'all head up, man, for all my people of color, anybody who's ever faced any type of discrimination. Like I said before, man, things will change. It is a process, but it definitely will happen one day, man, for sure. That I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Always remember, man, if you search for good, you shall find a favor. If you search for evil, it shall find you. Because we walk in faith and not by sight. For what is seen is temporary, what is unseen is forever. Facts, bro. And it's your boy 1127 Kicks. And always remember, bless your feeble sound.
Who done hit me up and told me shit on these niggas? Cause these niggas out here came at you going, showing the difference. Keep on dropping all of that shit that made these folk wanna listen. You know these niggas hate, fuck them, tell them get out of